know it's Billy Joel from the second he hits the keys. That rolling left hand, those juicy chord voicings, the way he turns a simple progression into a full-blown story. So in this video, I'm gonna watch some of his classic performances, break down what he's doing, and try and work out what makes his piano playing so powerful so you can bring some of that into your playing too. I've got no idea what I'm gonna say, by the way, in this video. I haven't watched these videos all the way through, so I'm gonna be sort of hearing them for the first time with you. Let's give it a go. Do you reckon that's the most famous piano intro of all time? Or like, perhaps the shortest, most famous piano intro of all time. It just, you immediately know what song it is, right? How does it go? It goes... I think it's something like that. It's so weird. It's kind of like a C minor. And then it does this kind of diminished thing. Yeah. It's interesting, I normally play this in the key of C, which is the original was in the key of C, and this is something you see a lot when people perform live. They bring the key down, particularly if they're older and it's a song they brought out when they were younger because their voice has dropped. So this used to be Piano Man. In case you don't know what song this is Piano Man. It's originally in the key of C, you know, and he's brought it down now to B flat, you know. Yeah, okay, let's check it out.
There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin.
Okay, loads of stuff to talk about there. So, what's he doing? Well, we're obviously in B flat. So we're going. That's what he's playing. And it's interesting, it's just a completely descending bass line. So he goes all the way through the scale. So in B flat, it would be B flat, F over A, E flat over G, B flat over F, E flat, B flat over D, C7, back to F7 sus. And it just goes, that's the kind of framework, that's the harmonic framework, descending bass line. And the pattern he's playing, he's got triad in his right hand, you know, again, just outlining the harmony, and big octaves in the left hand. And it just moves it along so well. It's got this big kind of like waltz kind of feel, drinking song kind of vibe. So good. He's using his right hand here. He'll be playing this differently every single time he plays it, right? That's what's going on here, and it's a really crucial thing to understand that when you see piano players performing like this, what is probably going through his head is the chord sequence, which he will know like the back of his hand, right? I think he's probably played this song a few times before, and then he's just improvising these kind of fills based on that chord sequence, okay? So I can give you an idea of the sorts of things he'll be doing, not exactly note for note what he's doing there, but he's going... And it's also quite messy, this style of playing, this kind of waltz drinking song. It can be a little bit messy and it almost makes it sound better in a way. It doesn't have to be precise, you know. And then this piano fill is always the same, I think. I think he goes something like that, yeah. And then he goes back to the chords again. It's a really classic kind of little fill. It's just a split triad. He kind of splits this C chord and then does that, ends up on octave Cs. It's just like a little fill that just moves it along again. You can see the role of the piano is just to add these little kind of punctuations between the vocal all the way through, and it works so well, particularly when he does it. Let's have the chorus.
Sing us a song with the piano man. Sing us a song tonight.
Does it again. This is interesting, actually. This is interesting. Oh, he's back on the harmonica now. This is interesting, right? If you're sat at home and you know this song, right, or you've got a song that you know really well, find a version of it on YouTube, a live version, and play along with it. It is so important because what you're doing here is you're getting to actually play the piano with Billy Joel and his amazing band just from sat at home. You know, this is one of the incredible things about YouTube. You've got it all there and you can play along. You can learn how they phrase it. You can get that sort of time feel, the rhythm. You're going to be learning so many things kind of by osmosis when you do this. Do you see he brought it down for the verse, the dynamic? The chorus was super loud, bring it down for the verse.
And he's quick with a joke, ought to light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be.
Back up loud.
He says, Phil, I believe this is killing me.
This is the thing, right? You realize when you see like professionals perform with a band and it's kind of, you know, they obviously really rehearse this and all the musicians really know the music, they're following the dynamics as well, okay? There's huge, big dynamic shifts and that creates these gear changes in energy. When you see people starting out with performing, you tend to notice that the dynamic stays completely the same. When you see him perform, when you see Billy perform and his band, they're riding this massive contour of kind of dynamics where it'll come down for the verse, get up for the chorus, bring it down again for the bridge, then rise into the last chorus. It really makes a difference because the audience go with it as well. It creates these big energy shifts. Bring it up for the chorus. Classic. Band drop out. Okay. She's loving it, isn't she? Back into the groove. How are they going to end it? How are they going to end it? Classic. Slow down. And then... Yeah, I love that. Just quick thing on the little Piano Man sequence. It goes... I love that. It's kind of a way... What he's doing is he's keeping this, the B flat, he's keeping the home note of the key in his little finger. And then the parts, the kind of inner parts of the chord are moving. So it goes B flat, E flat over B flat, F over B flat, then he runs down, same thing again. I love that one in the middle there. That is such a kind of beautiful sound. In the context of that sequence though, it just works so well. Yeah, amazing. Piano Man. This is Vienna. Classic song, so good.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid?
This is something, by the way, I do a lot of, is when I'm watching artists that I really like, I like to find videos of them where they're in a different setting, like an acoustic setting. This is obviously on like the Howard Stern show or something, but they're just, you know, they got a piano, they got a guitarist. They're not in a big stadium with the full band. You can get a bit more of a sense of some of their other kind of creative ideas on the piano when you hear it shrunk down in this kind of small format. It's really cool. I do this all the time.
Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day.
Love it. Yeah, it's interesting. He's also doing some other little bits in there in his left hand to kind of move the groove forward. So he's got those kind of pads in his right hand and the octaves. But watch what he's occasionally doing in his left hand. I'll just run you through it. He's going... see he's doing these little, they're kind of run-ups that just really move the music forward and kind of really help launch you into that next chord. I mean, they're quite hard to do actually, because particularly if you want to play an octave, you see I've got my little finger and my thumb there. If you want to do one of those run-ups, you kind of have to go, you see how I did that? It's quite awkward to kind of play. You have to go like little finger, fourth finger, and then you play the octave. And you just kind of put them in occasionally, and they just drive the music forward. Watch this. There it's C. You mean you can put them all over the place, but again, like everything in music, you don't want to overuse it. You know, they work so well. They're so fun to play, those things. I love them. They're great.
You know that when the truth is told, you can get what you want, you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you
I love his
even get
voice so much.
halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you?
You can see there's that beautiful connection between the accompaniment and the voice. It's like a conversation all the way through. And he actually does that there on that chord. He goes, when will you realize? That little fill, it punctuates the music, but it doesn't detract from what he's singing. It comes in the gaps, which is so important. When will you realize? Fill, chord, and then you got the melody. Vienna waits for you. Is it Vienna waits for you?
Vienna waits for you.
There we go, I've got it. Okay, that's good. Phew.
You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know
those
that
octaves
only
really coming
fools are
through.
satisfied. Well, dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you?
Oh, so good. He's got such a great connection between what he's singing and what he's playing. I think that it's just so seamless. It just kind of flows out of him. It isn't like he plays the piano and he sings. The singing and the playing the piano, it kind of molds together, and it's like this one thing that's so connected. You know, and it's not actually that complicated what he's playing here. He's not doing super flashy fills or all these intricate little things. He's just laying it down. Chords in the right hand, left hand octaves, you know, hammering it out, and it's carrying the song and telling the story. It's sometimes on the piano, the simplest things sound the best, and there is no better example than this. Honestly, it's great. It's brilliant. Now, just before we move on to the next track, I have two small favors to ask. This is a very different style of video to what I usually make. Normally, we have the lessons on the channel where we get really in the weeds with specific tips and tricks that you can use and implement in your own playing. I want to keep those going, of course, but I also want to vary things up. So if you're into this format of me watching a bunch of different videos of a specific piano player and kind of breaking down what they're doing, let me know in the comments. Even put the name of a specific piano player you'd like me to cover, okay? I'm all ears. I'm going to be reading all of the comments and responding to as many as I can. The other thing, turns out there's quite a lot of people that watch all my videos but haven't clicked that subscribe button yet. So can I ask a big favor? If you like the video content we make here, the lessons, you get a lot out of them, hit that subscribe button, because I can't tell you how much it helps the channel grow. If loads of people hit that subscribe button and the like button, it pushes the videos out to other people so other people can enjoy learning with these lessons as well. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I very rarely say that, but I've said it today. There we go.
It's called Just the Way You Are. Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before.
Beautiful road sound. This is just a little sound I've pulled up on Logic here to kind of... I really like changing up the sound I'm playing when I'm practicing. So if you play on a keyboard rather than an acoustic piano, obviously if you're on an acoustic piano, you're stuck with the sound of that piano. If you practice on a keyboard, occasionally trying out a different sound, like maybe not like the strings or the kind of, you know, the xylophone sound, but the other piano sounds. You've obviously got your acoustic piano sounds, then you might have some electric piano sounds in there as well. And you might find that actually just practicing whatever you're playing on a different sound makes you play a little bit differently. I talk about this with professional piano players all the time, sort of friends of mine. We find that when we practice on different piano sounds, it makes you play differently. I don't quite know why it is, but we're very lucky that we can do that. You know, if you play the violin, you're stuck with the violin sound. You know, that's the sound of the violin. But as piano players and keys players, we can change up the sounds we're using, and sometimes when you're using a different sound, it sparks off different ideas when you're playing. You might find this already when you play. And Billy's using a Rhodes sound here. I think he's probably got a real life Rhodes there. It sounds great.
Don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore.
Yeah. I wonder what year this is. Oh, 1997. Okay, a little while ago. Sounds great though, doesn't he? So his voice hasn't changed a huge amount, I don't think. What's the intro? Such a beautiful intro, this, isn't it? And it uses one of my favorite chords, which is 4 minor. I think I've spoken about this before on the channel. It's that sound there. So we're in the key of D. There's our D major scale. The intro goes, so it goes kind of from like a D chord to, it's like a G minor, but over D. The left hand doesn't change. You call this a pedal sometimes. So the left hand part will stay the same while the right hand part changes. So it's like D, G minor 6, that's like a G minor 6 shape over D, and then going back. That's like a little sus shape. And then he's just accompanying himself and he's filling in the gaps in the melody. So check it out. Let's have a listen again to a bit. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go here.
Don't imagine you're too
there it is.
Familiar.
So all he did is he went, don't imagine, that's G minor 6 shape. And all he did to fill it in, he's go, he just used a little fill, but it's a fill based on the chord he's on. So he's on G major 7, then he goes to G minor 6, and all he does is he outlines like a G minor shape in his right hand to get to the next chord. So he just uses the chord he's on, plays it as a little arpeggio, and that's his fill. Don't imagine you're too familiar, you know, and it moves the music on. It's like a little conversation. It's just beautiful.
I could not leave you in times of trouble. We never would have come this far.
I really like the drum groove here. Using the toms.
I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I take you just the way you are.
All he's doing when he's playing sounds quite full. Okay, it sounds very full. He's just arpeggiating the chords. He's kind of using this shape. Taking a little, like the upper part of a chord and just splitting it and using his thumb for rhythm. Really, really nice. I think, actually, in this song, there's one chord that I really, really love, just because it's so unexpected, and it's the second chord in the verse. So it's this one. Don't go changing. That one. Really, really unexpected, because a lot of songwriters would probably just go to a regular B minor. What we're basically doing is we're going from chord 1 to the relative minor, okay? What Billy does is he goes, check out that note there. Just adds a lovely bit of colour that isn't typically there when most people go to this chord in the key. Don't go changing. It just works so well. This chord here It's like a B minor 6. Okay, it's a regular B minor triad, but you've just put that 6th on the top there, and it just gives it a beautiful bit of color. Really, really nice.
I need to know that you will
I love this bridge.
always be the same old someone that I knew.
He modulates, he goes,
What will it take till you believe in me?
completely different key.
The way that I believe in you.
Beautiful, and he's back in. I'll break down what he's doing in this bridge because it's so cool. He effectively modulates, so he starts off on a chord 4 in the key of D, which is a G. I need to know that you will always be. He's still swimming around in the key of D major, right? The same old someone that I knew. Now here he jumps. Okay, well you can see we've ended up on a D chord. He jumps up to a B flat major 7. What will it take for you to believe in me? Whatever the words are, I don't know. But you can see he's effectively jumped up to the key of F. Okay, he's jumped up a minor 3rd. This is quite advanced, but people often think that a whole song has to be in one key. It really doesn't. And amazing songwriters change key for specific sections of a song very briefly. So he actually goes to F, okay? It might look like he's gone to B flat because I'm playing a B flat chord, but he's actually on chord 4 in the key of F, okay? A little bit more advanced. What will it take for you to believe in me? Now he goes to chord 2 in the key of F. The way that I believe in you. And then he brings it back by going to a 5 chord in the key of D. So he sort of does a temporary modulation. It's absolutely beautiful, you know, really nice. I really enjoyed that. That was so much fun. If you enjoyed it, drop a comment. Let me know who else you'd like me to cover in this series, okay? I could turn it into a regular thing. And it's kind of less about learning songs note for note. We're looking at these iconic piano players and thinking, okay, what are some of the things they do when they're performing live? What are their little tricks? What are their tips? What's going on under their fingers? Breaking it down so you can put it into your playing too. So let me know who else you think of. I'd really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on the channel. I'd really, really appreciate that too. And talking of which, YouTube thinks you're gonna love this video up here. I think it's a good one. Go give it a click. I'll see you over there.